opening its doors to visitors from Western Visayas starting today. But Tourism Secretary Berna Puyat says that doesn't mean that all other tourist destinations in the country will immediately follow suit. Puyat explained that LGUs want airtight health protocols before opening up to tourists. That is why, despite shifting to modified GCQ, Baguio City will not resume its tourism operations until September, while Bohol is planning to reopen by early July. Puyat also recognized that the 14-day quarantine period is preventing a lot of tourists from traveling to the country.
When I was talking to one of the Korean partners, kasi he's dying to go diving, number one ang diving nila here in the Philippines, he said, as long as you don't give us the 14 days, we're in Korea kasi hindi banned from leaving, but they're discouraged.
Okay.
But they told us, if you can give us a place where, of course, they can fly directly, and we don't have to stay inside the room for 14 days, we're going to go there.
And it is a fine Tuesday, perhaps, for Senator Coco Pimentel, as the Senate Electoral Tribunal junked a quo warranto petitions filed against the senator. The consolidated petitions sought to invalidate Pimentel's senatorial term from 2019 to 2025, as he had allegedly exhausted the constitutional two-term limit for senators. Meanwhile, the Justice Department again suspended the preliminary investigation on Pimentel's quarantine breach last March. Prosecutor General Benedicto Malcontento says the complainant has yet to submit requirements. Over at the lower house, transport officials were grilled due to their supposed failure to provide sufficient public transport in Metro Manila after shifting to GCQ. To give us updates on this, we have with us live Ria Fernandez. She is in Pasig. Ria, how did this hearing go?
Charles, both the MMDA and the Transport Department were present during the House hearing earlier today to discuss their policies relating to mass transport in NCR. House lawmakers invited the agencies to the hearing after observing the lack of public transport during the Metro Manila's shift to GCQ.
Hindi natin bigyan ng pagkakataon na mabigyan ng maayos na transport facilities yung mga ordinaryo nating magagawa.
Marikina 2nd District Representative Stella Kimbo estimated that the economy is losing more than 1 billion pesos a day if at least 2 million laborers cannot go to work. The MMDA recognizes the problem, but said that they have to tread carefully due to the health scare.
Naintindihan natin, kailangan nila lumabas, kailangan nila magtrabaho. Pero paglabas nila, nalilimutan nila na may COVID. Yan po yung kalaban natin ngayon. Kaya nga po lagi natin pinapaalala, moderate, dahan-dahan, dadating tayo dyan. Lahat po ng ginagawa namin ngayon, lalo-lalo sa EDSA, kung mapapansin mo, it's all temporary anything. Pero kung lalo ang gawin na dyan, sa long term, no? Pero it will take time.
The DOTR added that all train lines are now operational, but in a reduced capacity of up to 20% only. They've expanded this by deploying buses along inner lanes that depart from MRT pickup points every 5 minutes. Some lawmakers also opposed the plan to add bicycle lanes along EDSA. Caloocan 2nd District Representative Edgar Erice stressed that bicycles should not be an alternative to public transport.
Kailangan may ready ang mass transport everyday. Gusto pumasok ng isang manggagawa makapapasok siya na hindi masasaksyan siya. Hindi siya maglalakad o hindi siya magbibisikleta. Ang kailangan po natin mass transport.
Marikina 1st District Representative and former MMDA Chairman Bayani Fernando Minual insists it's better to allow jeeps to resume trips than let bikers fly EDSA.
Pinaka-safe ang jeepney para sakyan sa COVID. Safer than the buses, yung modern buses natin. Safer than the train, safer than any other transport, safer than the buses natin na magaganda. Because hindi natin kinonsider na dapat walang aircon. Pagkat ang aircon, actually, pinaikot-ikot mo lang hangin. COVID stays there, the virus.
Charles, Charles, the Move as One coalition supported the DOTR's initiatives to solve the transport crisis in the midst of pandemic. It also threw support on the agency's addition of bicycle lanes along EDSA. Charles?
Thanks for that, Ria. That was Ria Fernandez reporting live from Pasig. We'll have more stories coming up. Keep it here on One News. The Health Department reports over 360 new COVID-19 cases, with almost 250 fresh and 115 late cases. 5 new COVID-19 deaths were reported over the past 24 hours, pushing the death count to over 1,100. Over 300 people have recovered from the virus, bringing the total recoveries to over 6,500. And as the country continues to grapple with this pandemic, more and more potential donors are also thinking twice about donating blood, leaving blood banks running low on supply. JC Cosico has the report.
37-year-old Karen Cristobal gave birth to her 4th child last month, but to date, baby Mark Kenzo remains admitted after he was diagnosed with sepsis, a blood infection. He is in need of type B positive blood, but his mother says finding a donor is a challenge.
Kung maghahanap din po kami ng donor, mahirap din, sir. Wala rin mahanap. Kasi yung iba, sir, ayaw. Kasi ayaw lumabas. Kasi nga po, pandemic. Tatapos.
The baby also has a kidney problem, so his mother is asking for help as their hospital bills are racking up.
Baka po meron dyan na gustong mag-donate ng dugo. Baka po pwede kami matulungan.
The Philippine Blood Center admits their blood supply is running low as the pandemic lingers. What used to be a monthly collection of 4,000 to 5,000 blood bags is now down to just 400 bags.
Nasa malalang level. Ayoko siyang tawagin na mayroon lang konting kakulangan. Hindi, talagang merong need tayo lalo na sa Metro Manila.
Aside from blood donation drives being postponed due to quarantine restrictions, the PBC says people might be scared to go to the blood bank to donate. But the PBC appeals to the public. Their donations might save a life.
Pwede ka matay ng pasyente pag kinulang ka ng dugo. Siyempre, hindi ka na Kasi ang dugo, parte ng paghinga, parte ng pagtibok ng puso, no?
On Monday, a convalescent plasma therapy program was launched to help severely ill COVID-19 patients. Interested donors may contact the PBC for more details and to schedule an appointment. PBC will shoulder the transportation of the donor. Passes will be given to those who have their own cars, especially those who need to travel from one city to another.
Huwag matakot, no? Alamin na itong proseso na ito ay safe. Ginagawa din naming safe sa COVID ang aming facility at yung mismong proseso din ng pagbibigay ng dugo.
On June 14, the PBC partnered with the Alagang Kapatid Foundation for a blood donation drive. A total of 119 donors were able to donate in batches. Dr. Taguyana notes the Interagency Task Force on Emerging Infectious Diseases, or IATF, allows blood donation drives as long as health protocols such as physical distancing is observed. For News 5, JC Cosico, we are One News.
To support farmers during the pandemic, the Agriculture Department procured additional fertilizer. But the intended beneficiaries cry out this is overpriced. Shaila Francisco has the story.
Fertilizers are making the news again. This time as farmers questioned the Agriculture Department's procurement of urea fertilizers, which started in April. Urea fertilizers are used for bloom growth as it is high in nitrogen. The DA procured 1.8 million bags of this to help farmers increase palay production via a buy-two-take-two scheme. In the initial bidding, the DA spent 1.8 billion pesos from the Plant program, which the IATF approved to ensure enough food supply during the pandemic. Overall, the DA allotted 5.69 billion pesos since the approved ceiling price is at 1,000 pesos per bag. The DA says, though, that they were able to buy these at a cheaper rate. But farmers claim otherwise, saying the DA procured fertilizers are overpriced. Sa mahang industriya ng agrikultura cites that the average retail price during the time of bidding was at 850 pesos per bag, cheaper by 50 to 140 pesos, saving the government some 250 million pesos. Sinag says the DA should have lowered the ceiling price amid decreasing prices of fertilizers.
Pwede nilang bilihin ulit ng fertilizer, so additional number of bags na mapipigay sa mga magsasaka. Or kung hindi nila gagamitin sa fertilizer, pwede nila siguro ibalik dun sa national government. So, malaking pera yan.
The group also complained that the bidding was rushed. The DA denied these claims, saying enough notice for the bidding was given. As for the prices, the DA says these were based from surveys by the Philippine Statistics Authority and Fertilizer and Pesticide Authority.
They failed to consider that the contract price includes the cost of fertilizer, transportation costs, incidental services, and applicable taxes.
The DA says the ceiling price will remain in the succeeding biddings. For now, Sinag has written a letter to the Senate to investigate the issue.
So we have to be careful na yung ginagasta natin ay dapat maayos ang paggasta kasi malaki na problema natin, madadagdagan pa yung problema natin.
Meanwhile, the Agriculture Department says they are open to any probe. Shyla Francisco, VR1 News.
Time now to take a quick look at what's happening around the world. North Korea has blown up an inter-Korean liaison office located in the city of Kaesong. South Korean military watched as live surveillance imagery showed the building as it was destroyed. Reuters footage shows smoke billowing from the city. Tension sparked anew between the two nations as defector groups from the south allegedly sent propaganda to the north. Meanwhile, after going 3 weeks COVID-free, New Zealand just reported 2 new cases. Health officials say these cases involve a family who had recently traveled from the United Kingdom. For more updates, follow News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. You can also visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis and catch One News on the Signal Play app. Just register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano, and we are One News.